This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Live from the Nikai High Fieldhouse, it's high school basketball on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Tonight's game is the Newcastle Red Hurricanes taking on the Pine-Richland Rams. Tonight's broadcast on the LCSportsNet.com is brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, MVP Insurance, UPMC Orthopedic Care, The Red Zone, Modern Bonner Law, Nick's Auto Body, Durham Concrete, Parada Jones and McCree, Gems Builders Inc., the Newcastle Transit Authority, Pontus Insurance, the Crane Room Grill, Work in Progress, the City Rescue Mission, the Tri-County Principals, and the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Hi again, everyone. I'm Tim Continental along with James Dotson, and we are here center court in Newcastle for tonight's game between the Rams and the Hurricanes, and it is going to be a great matchup here tonight. Pine-Richland coming in only at 4-6 overall, 1-3 in conference play. However, they are now coached by Shenango grad Steve McNeese in his first season with the Rams.
Yeah, and before we even talk about Steve McNeese, let's talk about the fact that they've won their last two games. Losses over the holidays against Swigley Academy. Enough said. Swigley Academy, where their shortest starter is about 6'5". A loss to North Hills right before Christmas, but a victory over Mogadore, Ohio over the break, and then a big win to start 2026 against North Allegheny on Friday night. So this is a team that is starting to peak in the right direction. They got a lot of good shooters. They have one of the tallest players in all of Class 6A, working the ball down low. So they have a lot of elements. Yes, they're only 4-6 overall. Yes, they're at the bottom of the section standings right now, Tim. But this is a team that is a force to be reckoned with and is going to be a quality team. You'll hear when you get a chance to hear talking to Coach Blundo. He feels like this is one of the top overall best 3 or 4 teams in this section. They just got to work and figure a couple of things out. This is a trap game for a Newcastle team that hasn't played much. Only one game in the last 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks really, over the holiday break. They need to come out strong right away here playing in the field house, because this is a team that's going to be very fundamentally sound. And like you said, when you got not only Steve McNeese, but one of his assistants is his father, Bill McNeese. 300-plus wins on the bench. You got the court named after you in Shenango. That's enough said right there in terms of what he brings as an added element of X's and O's out there on the court.
The Hurricanes coming at 9-0 overall, 4-0 in section play. They, of course, won them all so far, starting with Bishop Craven back in late November and all the way to Bishop Guilford over the holiday week. A 77-53 victory as their last game coming in tonight now in January and into 2026 basketball season.
Yeah, real quick, talk a little bit more about Steve McNeese, a 2006 graduate of Shenango. He's ranked 4th in the all-time scoring list in Lawrence County history, just shy of 2,200 points, only behind guys by the name of David Quat, Don Hennon, Kevin Cover. Those three, and then it's Steve McNeese. I mean, that's enough said right there. And he set a program record when he was at Akron. 2-time MAC champion, but how about played in 141 games at one school? That's unheard of in today's day and age, Tim. But even back then, almost 20 years ago now, the records that he was setting there. He's lost the traditional, long hair, Karate Kid Johnny Lawrence style hair and headband. Well-groomed man. I'll tell you what, though, he feels like he's the mayor of Newcastle. The number of people I've seen come over and shake his hand, before the game, the junior varsity game, and even before here, Coach Don, like just go whatever, paying his respects as well to somebody, not only Steve McNeese, but also Bill McNeese. Again, the name's so familiar in this area, and it's meant so much to this area. It feels weird, said Bill McNeese, being on that side of the court right now and on that side of the bench. But he said, I'm still rooting for you. Every game, I'm rooting for Newcastle, except for tonight.
Yeah, and that's exactly the way it usually is when anytime the Canes take the court. All right, we're going to take our first time out here of our Castle Asphalt pregame show. You're listening to LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAT Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
Thank you for calling Axe. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. Axe can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joy ride.
I'm helping people. I'm getting them out of their house. I'm taking them to their doctors, to the grocery store.
They say I'm entertaining. Okay, we laugh, we joke, we sing, we tell stories.
They're like family to us.
Even if it's the same day, to schedule your joy ride, call Axe today.
Calling all sports fans. Never miss a moment with real-time alerts, keeping you in the loop when your favorite teams are playing.
Get instant updates sent straight to your phone with game schedules, changes, and all the latest news.
You can receive important updates and reminders, so you're always prepared for game time.
Be the first to cheer on your local teams and show your support.
Receive it.
Good evening and welcome to the Newcastle High School field house for tonight's game between the Pine-Richland Rams and your 2025-2026 Newcastle High School Red Hurricanes. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to honor America and our veterans. Will everyone please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
History and their first playoff victory in program history as well. Congratulations to Coach Anna Fatt and the Mohawk Warrior volleyball team, your LCAP team of the month.
Being the home team, to playing at home. And at LGKG, we have been your home team
you have audio?
for over 90 years.
We're more than just law. We're your friends, your neighbors, an advocate when life takes an unexpected turn.
We're not just lawyers that practice law. We live in this community, just like you.
When you need us most, we're at our best.
When you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
And now it's time for our starting lineups.
I'll get the starting lineups to you. Apologies there. Had a little power outage, basically. And Tim Continenza, the quick switch over there. We're back on. We're running. And it's time for your starting lineups today, brought to you by the Crane Room Grill. Give them a call. Not today, closed on Mondays, but they're your place on Thursday and Saturday nights for football and wings. Don't forget about their appetizer specials. Takeout orders available as well at craneroom.com. The starting five out there for Coach Steve McNeese and the Pine-Richland Rams. The 6'7" senior Doolin Stober, talk more about him in a moment. Nico Aiello, a 6'2" junior. 6'1" senior Alex Kastner, the top scorer on this team. Grant Spacciapoli, a 6'3" senior, and 6'1" senior Eli Catalano. So the junior Nico Aiello, along with Stober, Costello, Spaccioli, and Catalano for Pine-Richland. For the Running Red Hurricanes of Coach Ralph Blundo, averaging just shy of 66 points per game. The 5'9" freshman Marino Graham averaging 12 points per game. Joining him 5'9" senior Chase Lemon averaging 3 points a game. 6'2" senior averaging 3 points a game is Jaden Schaefer. Kai Cox, a 6'2" sophomore, 18 points per game on the year. And a leading scorer on the year, Damian Harrison, 6'4" senior, averaging 18.5 per game. So Graham, Cox, Schaefer, Lemon, and Harrison, the starting five for Ralph Blundo's Running Red Hurricanes. Blundo in his 16th season. How about this? 358 wins in his time at Newcastle.
Just keeps adding up as the years go by, and this year he's doing something that he loves to do. James, talk about maintaining that zero.
Maintaining that zero. He told me once when we were doing the pregame interview, he said that there was a time where he never had one written on the whiteboard until like his fourth season, because the one loss was in the States and that was the only loss of the year. He said it felt weird for the first time he had to write the one. Doesn't like doing that very often, but here's a number that's more important. 10 points per quarter. They stayed under that on the year. 39 points allowed per game on the average. That's a big key always for the Canes.
And the tip is going to be controlled here by the Canes as Marino Graham brings it across the timeline as they go right to left on your devices. As they get it over to Harrison in the wing. Top of the key to Kai Cox. Drives down right lane. Gets the ball back. Puts it off the glass. No good ball. Grounded around. Cox comes down with it. Throws it back out to Harrison. He'll drive down the middle of the lane with a hesitation shot. No good. Follows up. Puts it off the glass. Good with the foul.
Stick-to-itiveness. So first Kai drives to the lane. He loses it on the way up. Puts it back up, no good. Gets his own second chance, no good. Third chance for Harrison, no good. But then he hangs and tips himself in for the chance at the three-point play.
And the shot from the line is good. And it's 3-0 to start the ball game here for the Canes. 7:34 on a moving clock here in the first quarter. And a turnover on the inbound pass by the defense here by the Canes. Will get it back with 7:31.
Yeah, Stober ran out of real estate. He's going to Ohio State to play volleyball, listed at 6'7", maybe not quite that tall looking at him in person, but he is very much a big body down low.
And give and go from the left side to Marino Graham, goes off the glass, but he is fouled. And Marino will head to the line for the first opportunities for himself here tonight with 7:21 to play here first quarter.
First foul was against Eli Catalano, that one against Alex Kastner. And what I like about that play is they brought the guy who was being guarded by Stober up to the high post, and that got Stober away from the basket to allow that little give and go, the kind of backdoor cut for Marino Graham.
So the first shot by Graham goes off the rim and rolls off to the left. Second shot follows, hits the front of the rim, no good. Ball's going to be rebounded there by the Canes, but Lemon steps on the end line, and he'll turn it back over to the Rams here with 7:20 to play first quarter.
This Canes team 67% from the free throw line, but 1 for 3, to start the game tonight.
Some pressure in the backcourt here by the Canes. The Rams bring it across the timeline. They get it over to Aiello. Aiello with the ball at the logo, goes left side, and it's going to go off the hands of Catalano. And last touch there by the Canes, and it will stay with the Rams. They throw it in, get it into Stober, give it back out. That's Kastner for 3, rolls it in and out. Rebound there by Lemon. As they get it in the forecourt with Kai Cox. Cox drives down the left lane, works down in the middle, tricks to the right side, off the glass, and into the hole for 2 points.
Didn't get a chance to hear our interview. We'll play it at halftime, Tim, but that was one of the things that Coach talked about was Kai Cox. He's a big player, big scorer, but the fact that everybody can do it. He only had 2 points, no field goals in the last section game. He gets an early one here, makes it a 5-0 lead.
As they bring it in, a 3-shot up and good by Kastner.
And that one basically because the defender fell down, he steps back as a wide open look. He shoots over 40% from the field. Spatchapoli over 40% from the field. They have great shooters all around that Newcastle has to be in their face every chance they can.
Harrison with the ball on the wing. Goes left side. Lemon's going to have it bounce off his hand. Last touch there by the Rams. Goes in the backcourt, picked up by Lemon. Drives in now, throws it back out, gets it to Graham. To Schaefer to Graham, and off the glass for 2.
So they saw something on film that they thought they could exploit. That's twice they've run that little high post backdoor rub, basically, to Marino Graham. First one resulted in 2 missed free throws. That one, the left hand up and in.
Catalano with the ball as he goes right side, gets over to Spatchapoli as they move the ball around. They're working on a give and go to Doolin Stober for 2.
Yeah, and right back the other way. This time, though, it's the 6'7" man with an extra step, and that's all he needs.
And Kai Cox drives from the right side, goes to the lane, picks up the foul. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and they'll throw it in underneath the basket here for the Canes.
And that's where Stober can be such a presence down low. Had to alter the shot, and I think he did get a piece of it to block it out of bounds.
And as Graham gets fouled from behind and puts the ball in from the left inside the arc for about a 10-footer for a good, and now goes to the line shooting a 3-point play opportunity.
Yeah, great job of body control, hung in the air, absorbed the contact for the foul. It's the second on Kastner. Keep your eye on that one as the 3-point play is good.
And that is the 3rd personal foul of the first quarter here against the Rams. And again, defense pressure by the Canes caused the ball to get loose, and last touch there by the Canes going out of bounds. 5:22 remaining here in the first. 10-5 lead here for the Canes.
Freshman Brooklyn Becker will now check in for Kastner with those 2 early fouls.
They get it in to Castellano.
That's going to be a foul in the backcourt there against Newcastle as Cox inadvertently, but the feet got tangled up with Catalano. Got to call that one there. Our men in stripes today, by the way, Joe Janik, Nick Carasone, and Robbie Lombardo.
So the Rams will throw it in. They'll get it into Spatchapoli.
I feel like we've been calling Spatchapoli's name for a while at this point.
I know. He's a senior now. He's 6'3" now. Dribbling with the ball in the midcourt. They get it over to the right side. That is now Brooklyn Becker in the game. Becker drives inside, makes his move against Cox. Now he'll throw it back out. Gives it over to Catalano. Catalano with the ball, goes right side, back to Becker. Becker cross court, over to Iola. Working it into Stober, and it's blocked from behind. And it comes up with Newcastle, and they're going to say Graham caught the ball in the backcourt and came over the line and over and back and on turnover.
We'll talk about the shortest man on the court blocking the tallest man on the court in a moment. But first off, that's a great over and back call because, yes, Marino Graham, when he catches it, he is in the air, but he had not established himself into the front court before catching the ball. That is why that is over and back. Same as like being out of bounds and coming back in. You have to establish yourself in the front court before catching the ball to avoid the over and back.
Becker with the ball for the Rams as he works on the right wing. Guarded there by Lemon. Gets it over to Stober. Give it back inside to Stober, and Stober is going to get fouled there by Graham.
Well, and Pine-Richland, you can tell what they're doing. You know Newcastle likes to switch on a lot of their screens, so they're doing every chance they can to get a switch. Last time it was a switch to get on Chase Lemon down low. This time it's Marino Graham who's stuck trying to guard somebody who's basically a foot taller than him. He commits to personal.
They work it inside to Becker from Catalona on the pass, and it's up and good for two.
Yeah, left and lost alone in the paint on the back door on that inbounds. Good find for the freshman for his first bucket.
Graham brings it down the right lane, takes it to the hole, shot off the front of the rim, no good, but he is fouled. And Marino Graham will head to the line shooting two.
This is already going to be his fourth and fifth free throw attempts of the first period.
Is on Doolin Stober, excuse me.
How about that? Right down the other way. 5'9" freshman going after the 6'7" senior and earning a trip to the free throw line.
He looks and shoots and puts the first one in.
He's got a game-high 6 midway through this opening quarter.
11-7 lead here for the Canes. As Marino Graham will try to hit the pair here with 4:05 to play. And does. 12-7 lead here for the Canes. Again, pressure in the backcourt by the Canes. And the Rams are able to handle it as they bring the ball into the forecourt with Iola. Iola gives it right side, gives it back to Spacciapoli as they work it down inside. And we're going to whistle, and we're going to get a foul on, I believe they're going to get that on Davis.
Yeah, Quaylen Davis, who just checked in for his first, team's third. The ball hit the underside of the backboard. Would have still been in play because it was under, not behind, but the foul on the pass negates it.
Working down into the right corner. That's Becker for three. Shot no good. Follow up there by Spacciapoli. Can't get it. Ball going to be picked up there by Davis as he gets outlets it to Cox. Cox down the right lane. Off the glass. No good. Davis with the offensive board. Davis loses control of the ball. Got it right back as Cox. He goes up strong. No good. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul underneath the basket. And they're going to get Kai Cox on this one. That'll be his
second. That's his second. His second, team's 4, so 4 team fouls each. I'll tell you what great defensive positioning we saw on both sides there, really, but especially for the freshman Brooklyn Becker. You have Kai Cox coming at you a couple of different times, perfectly straight up and down, keeping the verticality. That's how you avoid getting the foul, Tim, and that was textbook defense from Becker.
Jermaine Walker checks in for Kai Cox. 3:23 here to play as they inbound the ball. Stober gives it right back to Becker. As Becker will bring it up. Now hands it off to Catalona as he brings the ball up. Gives it over to Spacciapoli. They work down and stolen away there by Lemon in the corner as he gives it back out to Graham. Graham works down the left lane with the left hand shot. Going to be blocked by Stober as they bring it back down the other way. Here comes the Rams. Catalona with the ball now gives it up to Iola as they work it down inside. Throw back up top. Catalona takes the shot. Bad shot off the glass. No good. Rebound here by the Canes. Harrison comes down with the board to get it over to Walker. Walker drives the lane. No good. Followed up by Davis. Davis puts it in.
Yeah, both players for Pine-Richland went for the block, Tim, and that just left Quaylen Davis wide open on the backside to tip it back in off the glass and in. 14-7 with 2:20 remaining in the first.
Rams bring the ball in the forecourt. Get it over to Spacciapoli. He'll take a three. Shot no good. Rebound there by Harrison. Give the ball over to Graham, and Graham brings the ball up. Give it back to Harrison. Drives into the lane. Harrison, backhand shot no good. Rebound there by Davis, out to Walker for three. Shot no good. Lemon runs it down in the corner. Keeps the ball alive for the Canes. As they give the ball into Harrison. He backs down. His defender, as the ball's going to be swatted away, goes out of bounds. Should stay with the Canes with 1:48 here to play in the quarter.
Ryan Craven checks in for the first time for Pine-Richland, and Kai Cox back in there with those 2 fouls for the Canes, leading by 7. Minute 48 remaining in the first.
As they bring the ball up, that is Davis with it.
Davis driving in, losing it on the way up. Good hands, but how about Newcastle still with possession?
Is with the ball is Kings as they work it inside. That is Graham, takes it to the hole, shot no good. Rebound there by Becker, stolen away by the Canes. Bounce pass inside to Graham, shot no good. Ball's going to be run down in the corner. Walker can't quite get it. Last touch there by the Rams. He'll stay with the Canes with 1:16 here to play in the quarter.
Yeah, long rebound. They try to outlet quickly, but Kai Cox reads it, smacks it down to himself, and all basically in one motion, bounce pass to Marino Graham to be able to get the shot. Just couldn't get it to go.
Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds, and the Canes will retain with
Quick
1:13.
hands. Nico Aiello, he got the block earlier on that last possession, and then there poked it away from Cox like it was nothing. Still with Newcastle the basketball.
Canes with the ball, give it over to Graham, top of the key. Works right wing. Guarded there by Becker. Working over to Cox, inside to Harrison. Harrison turns around, jumper, shot back in the rim, no good. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Last touch there by the Canes. It'll go over to the Rams with just under a minute here to play in the first quarter.
Lemon going to check back in. A little offense, defense with less than a minute to play in the quarter. So Lemon, Walker, Davis, Harrison, and Graham, the 5 out there for Newcastle.
They get it in to Catalano as they give the ball up. They bring it into the forecourt. Give it back out to Aiello. Aiello dribbling with the ball, going left wing behind the arc. Over to Becker. Becker with the ball, looking inside, tight defense. Give it back to Catalano, who takes the shot up and good. Actually, they're going to pass that into Craven for 2.
And no one here to help on the inbound. Marino Graham has to hurry back to Harrison. They do get it inbounded, but oh my goodness, wide open on the block. The rotation not quite quick enough for the Canes defense.
14-9, down to 13 seconds. Canes with the ball. Graham has it down to 10 seconds. Graham loses control, now gets it back, down to 5 seconds. Graham gives it over to Harrison for 3 from the wing. Back of the rim, no good. Walker gets the rebound, puts it up on a runner. Good! Jermaine Walker follows up that shot, and in the air, rolling towards the end line, puts it up and in.
An early nomination for a Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Great job to maintain possession. They get it to Harrison. His shot too strong, but never giving up and getting there at the last second and knowing the clock too. Walker knew he didn't have much time. He barely even grabbed it before floating it back up and rattling it in to make it a 7-point Canes lead after 1.
Canes will take this timeout. They lead by 7. You're listening to LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet. 8 minutes on the clock as we enter the second quarter. 7-point lead here for the Canes. The Rams will inbound the ball as they get into the backcourt. Get over to Catalano as he brings the ball in the forecourt. Catalano gives it back up to Spacciapoli. Over to Stober to Becker. Now Aiello as they work it up in the motion offense behind the arc. 3 taken by Spacciapoli and no good, but we get a whistle and a foul underneath. We're going to get a clear out this time on Lemon.
That'll be his first, team's first of the quarter. Both teams struggling from beyond the arc. I got the Canes 0 for 3, and I have Pine-Richland of 1 of 6.
They work it down inside. That's Catalona. He works down inside, finds Stober. Stober takes it right to the hole with the right hand, up and good.
Second basket for Doolin Stober.
Kai Cox brings the ball up for the Canes. He drives right down the lane, loses control of the ball. It's loose. Picked up there by the Rams. On the fast break, get it to Catalona, puts it up and good for 2.
Quick transition, and actually didn't really lose control. He tried for the quick pass across the lane, but the help rotation defense for Pine-Richland there quickly to knock it away and get the steal.
Lemon with the ball, gives it over to Cox. Working to the top to Schaefer. Give it back to Cox, to Schaefer. Schaefer loses control, picked up there by the Rams and Iola. As he brings the ball up, they work it down to Stober. Stober works underneath. He's going to get Harrison up in the air, and he's going to land on top of him for the foul. And a 2-point play, actually a 3-point play opportunity here for Stober as the back is good, and he'll go to the line shooting 4 to 3-point play.
A 6-0 run, potentially a 7-0 run, depending on how this free throw goes. But all of a sudden, all momentum with the Rams, a chance to tie it up.
So Doolin Stober at the line here for Pine-Richland. He leaves it short on the front of the rim. The ball's loose, picked up there by Cox. Cox tries to split the double team, and is going to get fouled on the reach end. They're going to get that on Kastner. That'll be his first. Or his second, excuse me.
That's his third if it's on Kastner. Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
So he's out. So Cox was playing with 2. Kastner was playing with 2, but it's number 2 in green who has to go to the bench with 3 fouls here early.
Canes with the ball as they get over to Lemon. Left side, over to Harrison as they work it around the arc. Back right side to Graham. Top of the key to Cox. Drives into the lane inside the arc. Up and good for about a 10-footer good.
Yeah, the mid-range game, I mean, it's something that we've seen from all the Cox boys coming through, but especially Kai Cox. He's had that from the get-go.
And the ball is going to be inbounded and again knocked out of bound there by Lemon. They'll do it again. Get it into Catalano. Gives it over to Stober. Stober with a one-hand jam. Stober now with 8 points here in the first half, and it's 18-17 lead here for Pine-Richland. Canes have not scored yet here in the second quarter. Harrison drives into the lane, takes it to the hole. He is fouled, and he will go to the line looking for the first points of the quarter here for the Canes. Damian Harrison, a 75% free throw shooter, averaging just over 18 points a game. Sitting at 3 with these free throws to be attempted. First shot is up and good.
And Damian Harrison, it's an interesting, scenario because he's approaching 1,000 points, but he has never been the top scoring option on a team really in all 3 years at Newcastle, 4 years in his high school career. It's incredible.
He hits them both, and it's a 2017 lead here for the Canes. As they get the ball in. Catalano brings the ball up. Give it over to Becker. Becker up top to Aiello. Give it over to Spacciapoli. Working down in the corner to Catalona. As they give the ball back up top to Aiello. Over to Becker. Becker, as they continue to work it around the arc. Stolen away there by the Canes. That is Graham with the ball. He'll stop and give it back to Lemon. Lemon drives down into the corner, and now give it back out to Graham in the wing. 5 minutes here to play, and it's Cox for a deep three. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound there by Stober, out to Becker. Becker brings the ball up. Becker takes it to the hole, and we're going to get the charge.
Yeah, good hustle back from Marino Graham. Got in position and drew the Medore Bonner Law change in possession. Make sure you protect your possessions with the local insurance, or with the local agent, at Medore Bonner Law. But I wanted to mention, though, when you look at what Damon Harrison has been, he's less than 100 points away from 1,000 in his career. He's about 150 to get there for his Newcastle career, but he's never been the top scorer. He's right now basically even with Kai Cox. It's just impressive what he's to be a 1,000-point scorer and never be the top scorer on your team.
And we're working outside. That is Graham for three. Shot no good. Ball batted around, picked up there by Pine-Richland as they get the ball on the move. Catalona brings it inside, and he's going to get a blocking foul this time against the Canes. And that will go against Davis. That'll be his second.
And Doolin Stover took a quick trip to the bench. He's back checking in now after that blocking foul. No shot on that foul. They were saying it was for a pass, so no free throws coming up on that blocking foul. Catalano will inbound.
Get it into Stober. Stober gives it right back out to Specchipoli. Specchipoli throws it into the corner. They work it back up top to Becker. Give it over to Stober. Work it left wing, get it down to Specchipoli. And the ball's going to be stolen away there by the Canes. Graham hits it out to Lemon. Lemon on the left side, blocked by Craven. The ball going to be loose, picked up there by the Canes. And again blocked, that time by Davis. Shot is blocked. Second, third shot goes up, and a foul. And Harrison will go back to the line shooting two.
Yes, Stober, I don't know how he got away with that one, but gets his third block. A lot of body contact, nothing called, but Newcastle stays with it, Tim. They stay with it. They get it back to Harrison. Still can't get the ball to go through the cylinder, but another trip to the free throw line. The Parada Jones McCree free throw line.
And the first shot is up and good. So Davis has 4 straight points from the line here for the Canes. See if he can convert point number 5 from the Parada Jones McCree free throw line. And up and good. 22-17 lead here for the Canes. 4 minutes here to play in the first half. Pine-Richland will bring the ball up. That is Aiello. Because the ball's going to be stolen away as they work it inside. Picked up by Harrison, give it over to Cox. Cox drives the lane, off the glass, good for 2.
Good job to use the body to shield himself from the defender, and they're going to get a Pontius Insurance timeout as a result with a 7-point Canes lead. Let's take a quick one here as well at LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
3 minutes, 42 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 24-17 lead here for the Canes.
Newcastle Transit Authority out-of-town scoreboard just went final. Elwood City girls lose to Stowe Rocks 39-37. Boys game between the Vikings and the Wolverines coming up momentarily. Union girls victorious earlier tonight already with a 47-38 victory over St. Joseph.
They get it into Stover. Stover gives it right back as they give it out to Specchipoli. Specchipoli with the ball. Gives it back up to Catalano. As they work it down on the baseline, throw back out. 3 by Aiello. Shot no good. Rebound there by the Canes. Cox with a long pass down to Davis. Davis left side off the glass, no good. Walker with the offensive board. Throw cross court. That is Cox for 3 from the wing. front of the rim, no good. Rebound again by the Canes. That is Davis. They work it out to Graham, to Harrison. Back to Walker, now working it behind the arc, and he'll settle down here with 2:58 here to play. They give it back over to Davis, to Cox. Cox tries to do a give and go back to Davis. Ball's going to be blocked away there by Stober and picked up by the Rams as they bring it up with Catalano.
Stober blocked. You hear that a lot on the volleyball court. You'll hear it at the Buckeye Nation in Columbus next year, but just long arms. So tough to get a pass over or around him. Probably better to try a bounce pass, but even that, good luck.
They work the ball inside, picked up there by Graham. Graham down the left lane, takes it to the hole, off the glass, good.
But that's my point right there. That entry pass to Stober was low enough that you're allowing Mario Graham to get his hands on it, steal it away, and go coast to coast.
26-17 lead here for the Canes. Spacciapoli with the ball as he drives inside. Underneath scoop, up and good. That's his first 2 points of the ball game.
Yeah, he was held quiet against North Allegheny on Friday night, but then scored 7 of his 9 points in the fourth quarter. They need to get him going here big time, especially with Alex Kastner, your leading scorer, on the bench with 3 fouls.
26-19 lead here for the Canes. Canes with the ball working down inside to Cox. Cox takes a line drive shot, right side, goes in for 2.
Don't ask me how. hit the side of the rim, like just somehow popped up and found its way in.
It had maybe a half an inch above that rim, and it worked. Giving it down to Stober. Stober's off the glass, good.
Good
Stober
backdoor
now
cut.
in double digits with 10.
Yeah, good backdoor cut to find Stober, and again, same thing, gets the ball high quickly. Even when you have Quaylen Davis working his way down, can't get to it in time.
Graham with the ball, gives it over to Walker. Walker works inside the arc, bounce pass outside to Harrison. He's going to travel with the ball and turn it back over to Pine-Richland with 1:13 remaining here first quarter.
Each team with 5 turnovers now here in the second quarter alone, Tim. Getting a little sloppy out there as we're going to see Jaden Schaefer check back in for Davis here with 1:13 remaining in the first half. We'll have our UPMC halftime show coming up at the half. We'll get a chance to actually hear our conversation, our pregame conversation there with Coach Blundo as well.
Catalano gets the ball out to Spacciapoli. They work it over to Stober. Back to Aiello. They work it on the right side. Drive there by Spacciapoli. Off the glass, good with the foul. Drive down the right baseline. Took it right to the hoop, off the glass. Picks up the foul. That was on Kai Cox. That'll be his 3rd here of the ball game.
So with 55 seconds remaining in the frame, and I wondered at the last whistle if they might choose to try to take Kai Cox out and protect him with those 2 fouls, but you trust a player who started over 30 games now for you, closer to 40 to be honest, but just unfortunate. He goes for the block, gets a piece of the head, that's a foul every time.
Spacciapoli puts it in the hole for a 3-point play, and it's 28-24. We're under 50 seconds here to play in the half. Schaefer gives it over to Harrison. Harrison over to Walker. Walker bounce pass to Lemon. Work it back over to Schaefer. Left side in the corner to Walker. Down to 35 seconds here to play in the corner. On the move inside. It was Lemon. Shot blocked by Stover. Ball bounced around. Walker comes up with a block again by Stover. As the ball comes loose, and Pine-Richland is going to come up with it. As they bring the ball up with Aiello. They get it over to Craven. Craven throws it back out. Aiello for 3. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound there by Lemon. Lemon over to Graham as Graham brings the ball in the forecourt. 6 seconds remaining. Graham's inside to Schaefer. Schaefer shot no good. Schaefer's tap no good. And the clock runs away. And the quarter comes to an end, and we are at halftime here in Newcastle as the Canes lead the Rams by 4, 28-24.
It's a block party down low for Dylan Stuber because he's got 5 blocks in the first half, 2 in back-to-back possessions, actually 2 on that same possession there. And what I like about the way he plays, it's a volleyball aspect. He's not trying to put it into the front row. He's trying to block it and keep it in play, and he did that twice on that possession. Very impressively done for Stober to keep Newcastle from scoring anymore, keeping us a 4-point deficit heading to the halftime break.
Let's take a timeout. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
For For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Attorneys Parada, Jones, and McCree are dedicated to giving their clients the best chance at a positive result. From personal injury, criminal and corporate law, real estate, municipal law, to wills and estates, their team will work with you through every step of the legal process. With Parada, Jones, and McCree, excellence is our guarantee.
Being the home team.
Thank you for calling Axe. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. Axe can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
It's so convenient for them. We take them door to door. We help them get off and on the bus if they need to use the lifts.
I love the people, especially the senior citizens.
They care about us as much as we care about them.
Even if it's the same day, to schedule your joyride, call Axe today.
And welcome back to our UPMC halftime show. It's the UMPC halftime show. UMPC is Lawrence and Mercer County's local choice for advanced orthopedic care. Get back on your feet faster with UPMC.com. Well,
let's get right into the first half scoring recap, Tim. 28-24 your score. Pine-Richland trailed Newcastle 16-9 after one quarter. They started the second quarter on a 6-0 run. Newcastle able to weather the storm, so to speak, but are outscored 15-12 in the second for this 20-24 score line. Leading scorer is Doolin Stover with 10 points, 8 of them coming in that second quarter, and 5 blocks in the game so far. Next, Grant Spacciapoli with 5. A 3-pointer for Alex Kastner. That's the only 3-pointer made by either team in the first half, for the record. And then 2 each from Brooklyn Becker, Eli Catalano, and Ryan Craven to round out the Pine-Richland scoring. Leading for Newcastle is the freshman Marino Graham with 9 points, Kai Cox with 8, Damian Harrison with 7, and then 2 each for Quaylen Davis and Jermaine Walker. Foul trouble-wise, Kai Cox with 3, Quaylen Davis with 2 for Newcastle, Alex Kastner with 3 for Pine-Richland, and Brooklyn Becker with 2 for Pine-Richland to round out basically the extent of your foul trouble on both sides as well. That's your first half scoring recap, brought to you by Creative Edge, where design and construction come together with experience. More information available at 724-652-1372. Fully licensed and insured architecture and construction management services.
All right, let's take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll play our pregame interview with head coach Ralph Blundo. Right after this, you're listening to LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder. Whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how you.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. Back here on the pregame show, going to talk with Canes coach Rob Blundo. Coach, first off, Happy New Year. Know the team obviously is in the gym a lot over the holiday break, is working on stuff. Just talk about obviously a long gap between games, but hopefully getting a lot done here on the floor.
Yeah, we hope that that's a time we get better, start working on some things that we haven't had a chance to work on, especially with the long football season. There were some things we had to get to that we haven't been able to work on, and they gave us some time to do that.
A familiar face, although in a new coach on the other side of the bench. Just talk about what it is, what it means to have one of the top scorers in county history, and Steve McNeese on the bench wearing a different color tonight.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I'm so happy for Steve. Pine's a really great job for him. He's in the district. He lives down that way. He's a great basketball mind. He's a tremendous player here. And of course, his father. To try to describe the level of respect I have for him is probably not possible. That was a guy that was just a staple in our community. Obviously, named the gym after the guy. He opened his gym up to all of us to work out our entire careers when we were young, and just a good man, a great coach, great person. And Stevie's no different.
Yeah, they're lucky to have him there at Pine-Richland. We want to talk, before we talk about the Rams, last section game before the holiday break, they kind of shut down, Butler kind of shut down the offense running through Kai Cox, but some of the other guys stepping up. What does that tell you about your team and the well-roundedness of everybody being able to score when needed?
Yeah, well, of course, Kai's an outstanding player, but we do have other guys that can score and play, and that's a tough way to play us, if you choose to do it. But, we try to prepare for all of that, whatever it is that we get, and be ready to go.
Pine on the tab tonight. What's on the big board? What are the big keys to success tonight?
We got to smother our shooters. They're a really, really good shooting basketball team. Aiello's shooting over 50%. Spacchiapola's shooting over 40%. Catalano's shooting like 35, but he's truly a 40% shooter. He just started a little bit slow. And of course, the big kid Stover blocks everything. Kastner can really get to the rim and shoot it as well. I think they're top 3 skilled teams in our league, and they're going to get it going. And when they do, there'll be some teams in trouble.
Good stuff. Go get them tonight, Coach.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, welcome back here to our UPMC halftime show, and just remind everybody, Nick's Auto Body Impact players you can trust. Collision repair, paint, detailing, and full service mechanical interior cleaning. Nick Auto Body trusts your body in our hands. And we can even look at the first half here, James, and our impact players. There's no question about, for the Canes, you got to talk about Marino Graham and what he has done, the freshman leading at 9 points here at halftime. But on the other side of the ledger with Pine-Richland, it's Dylan Stober when he's done defensively and offensively. Yeah. He's been a threat.
Yeah, he's got the right space, and I think that's been the big thing. But you're right, defensively is a big part of it too. I need to say something real quick too. We kind of got distracted with the pregame show. We said we were going to announce our teams of the month and our athletes of the month. So let's do that real quickly. Your LCAP team of the month, Tim Continenza. Wilmington Hockey.
Yes.
How about that? Just a
love
rough start, but they've won 3 straight, including their first win over Neshannock in many years. 12 games in a row they had lost. Wilmington Hockey, congratulations for your LCAT team of the month. And real quick, your Red Zone athletes of the month. Neshannock's Peyton Newman just hit her 1,000th career point. She's the female athlete of the month. Neshannock Hockey's Grant Hennon, who has 10 goals in the last 3 games in the month of December. He is your male athlete of the month, presented by the Red Zone.
Fantastic. All right, as we start the third quarter here, the Canes with the ball. Harrison at the line, takes the jumper, back of the rim, no good. Ball going to get stepped out of bounds there by Doolin Stober, and he'll stay with the Canes. 7:44 remaining here in the third.
Quaylen Davis with 4 offensive rebounds in that first half. I think the offensive glass is going to be key to the Canes here again in the second.
Inbounded to Harrison. Harrison from the wing, good for 3.
Banks open late on a Monday night here in Newcastle. He'll take it any way he can get it for his first 3 of the night, 23rd of the year.
Catalona brings the ball up, gets it over to Spacciapoli. Let's give it back to Catalona as he brings the ball in the corner as they work it back up top. That is Spacciapoli with the ball. Spacciapoli down the left lane. Underneath, scoop up and good for 2. Kai Cox with the ball in the forecourt. Underneath, throws it out to Lemon in the corner for 3 from the left side. No good. Rebound there by Cox. Gives it out to Harrison, back out to Lemon. Lemon backs it out, now drives into the arc, and now pulls it back up over to Graham. Graham quickly drives into the lane, throws it back out to Lemon on the right side from behind the arc for 3. Good.
Only his 5th 3 of the year, but it always feels like they come at like the most important and opportune times. Misfired on one earlier in the possession, but nothing but net there from the right wing.
Kastner gets it out to Spacciapoli, and he puts it in a 3.
I told you, when he heats up, look out. He did it late in the game against North Allegheny. 7 of his 9 points in that game scored in the fourth quarter. He's got 8 now. He's got 10 now, excuse me.
I was going to say, Canes move the ball inside. The ball's going to be knocked around. We got a whistle. I believe it's going to stay with the Canes, and it will, and Marino Graham will throw it in underneath the basket. Gets it into Cox. Cox drives baseline. Turnaround jumper, back of the rim, no good. Rebound picked up there by the Rams as Catalona brings the ball up. Gives it over to Spacciapoli as he goes left side over to Nico Aiello. They work it back around. Spacciapoli with the ball. For 3 from the corner, back of the rim, no good. Rebound there on a loose ball. Picked up by Aiello, and he puts it up and in for 2.
Great box up from Marino Graham, but no one went for the ball, including Graham. He had his man shielded out well. He expected somebody else to go and grab it. No one did.
And blocked on the other end on a shot by Graham by Stober. And here comes the Rams. They're going to pull up for a 3. Shot up and good. Kastner with the second tray of the game. And we're tied at 34 with 5:28 here to play.
Just like that. That's all it takes. Stuber makes a block on one end. And then the 3-pointer from Alex Kastner. Timeout, Newcastle.
Let's take a timeout. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Thank you for calling AXE.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
5:22 remaining here in the third quarter. Canes will inbound the ball. On the court for the Canes is Graham, Cox, Harrison, Davis, and Lemon. And they get it into Graham. Graham with the ball, dribbling with the ball between the 2 circles. Jump pass inside, finds Harrison, drives left lane, and his ball going to be stripped away there by the Rams defense. As the ball comes up, they bring it up with Catalano as they give it into the corner. Down low to Stober. Stober inside going to get fouled, and they're going to get this one on Harrison.
Now a chance for Pine-Richland to take what would be their first lead of the game, coming at the free throw line. Doolin Stober now 6 blocks, 10 points in the first half. He's 0 for 1 from the line today, but it's just the energy. All of a sudden, the energy is all in favor of the green and white on the road here tonight.
And he rolls the rim and falls off, so the score remains tied at 34. 4:59 remaining here in the third.
It's currently an 8-0 run for Pine-Richland that led to that Ralph Blundo timeout.
Second shot by Stober, no good. Rebound there by Lemon as he gives the ball out to Graham. Back over to Cox on the left wing. Cox strikes up for 3. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound there by Spacciapoli as he brings the ball out. Gets it over to Castner. Castner gives it right back to Spacciapoli. We're going to have a traveling call against Catalona, and that will give the ball back to the Canes with 4:40 remaining here in the third.
Yeah, a bit of a break there for Newcastle because it was a quick handoff at the top of the key to Catalano, but he kind of was in between a step and shuffled the feet before he put the ball on the deck after getting that handoff. It was a wide open lane. Remains tied midway through the third.
Graham with the ball. Bounce pass to Davis. Davis tries to give it back. Stolen away there by Castner and the Rams as they bring the ball up. Castner drives down the right lane, takes it to the hole. Underneath shot, no good. Stober with the offensive board, loses control, and Lemon comes up with it.
On the last possession for Newcastle, though, they tried that backdoor pass that worked a couple times in the first period. Guess what? Stober was all over it and knocked it away for the steal.
Cox with the ball. Cox drives into the lane, left side, left hand, off the glass, good. Cox now,
yeah, Kai Cox on the bucket. A good job of absorbing the contact, and a rare mistake from Bob Pia calling out the wrong name over there. It's his first in 30 years.
We're going to get a 3 from the corner. That's Eli Catalona with the 3. And it's a 1-point lead here for the Rams.
First lead of the game for Pine-Richland. All of a sudden they're heating up from downtown.
Canes with the ball in the forecourt. Cox will try a 3 himself. Hits in the corner of the rim, no good. Ball on the ground, picked up there by Harrison. Throw across court. That's Lemon for 3. Rolls the rim, no good. Davis with the offensive board, but it's going to be stolen away on the inbound pass there by Spacciapoli as he brings the ball up. Spacciapoli bounce pass to Stober. Stober goes into the lane, and we're going to get a charging call. No.
Yeah,
yes.
Block against Quaylen Davis with the and 1 for Doolin Stober.
So Stober gets the 2 points. He now has 12. He's looking for 13 at the line and a 3-point lead here for Pine-Richland. So Lemon will check out and Walker will check in here for the Canes.
And a little bit of a fist pump, too, from Coach McNeese as well after that one went in. Fist pump, looking at the scoreboard, sees his team with a 3-point lead, largest of the night.
Stober's shot off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound there by Harrison. Gives it over to Cox as he brings the ball in the forecourt.
0 for 4 from the line, though, with Stober. So if there's a weak point, you don't want to say hack a Doolin, but might be something to consider if you need to.
Graham with the ball as he works it back outside the arc. Graham trying to direct traffic, gives it over to Harrison. Work right side to Walker, back top of the key to Graham. Graham stops at the line, pulls up shot, no good. Walker with a follow-up shot, no good. Walker with a rebound, goes up second time. Davis goes up strong, he is fouled. And Quaylen Davis will go to the line shooting 2. That will go against Eli Catalano.
Unofficially, Tim, very unofficially, offensive rebounds. Newcastle 18, Pine-Richland 3.
Davis' shot at the line is up and good.
Only the third and fourth free throw attempts of the year for Quaylen Davis. The good news about that is you're getting second and third chance opportunities. The bad news is Newcastle's probably shooting in the 20% right now from the field because they've had that many missed shots that they've had to follow up.
Davis hits them both. Now has 4 points in the game, averaging just over 4.5 points a game. 2:34 remaining here in the third. The Rams with the ball. Stober gives it over to Becker. Drives baseline. Throws it back out. Spacciapoli for 3. Up and good. Spacciapoli now with 12.
The outside shooting
Make that 13 for Spatchapoli.
Has finally arrived, and that's the fear. That's the fourth three of the quarter for Pine-Richland. Again, they were 1 of 8 in the first half.
Cox will try to answer with a three. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound there by the Rams. Grant Spatchapoli. As they bring the ball up, Eli Catalona with the ball. Gives it over to Spatchapoli. Dribbling with the left hand and gets it over to Becker. Step back for three. Becker rolls in and out. Picked up there by Cox. Outlet to Walker. Walker goes up strong and he's fouled. Shot's no good. But Jermaine Walker will head to the line, shooting 2 here for the Canes with 1:40 remaining here in the quarter as the Canes trail by 4.
Any rebound Newcastle gets, they want to hustle down the court. Because right in the half-court defense, Pine-Richland has been pretty stellar, to be honest, Tim, here in the second half especially. Get up the court before guys like Stober can get back and be a nuisance in the lane. Good job of Walker. This is only his third and fourth free throw attempts of his sophomore year. Makes the first.
Walker averaging just under 6 points a game.
Confusion as they're figuring out who's going into the lane and their defensive assignments. Got it all straightened out. Walker will toe the line, averaging 6 a game for his second.
And up and good here by Walker. Now has 4 in a game. And pressure by the Canes. Stolen away by Lemon. Lemon goes up with the runner. Good.
Mark that one with 1:30 remaining. The steal and score for Lemon, and nearly a second one too, but they're going to get a foul this time in the backcourt.
They're going to get Lemon on that foul. That'll be his second. 1:29 remaining here in the third. We're tied at 42. Becker will throw it in for Pine-Richland. Pressure here by the Canes. They get it into Aiello. Ball's going to be loose and picked up there by Stobel. As it gives the ball inside, knocked away by the Canes. Cox working in the corner. Ball ricochets around, pinballs it around, and last touch by Pine-Richland going out of bounds. We'll go over to the Canes with 1:16 remaining.
And big collision, people going for the ball. It was a Monster energy drink that fell over on there. And one of the Pine-Richland coaches just got an earful from one of their officials saying, stay seated, you have to stay on the bench. I'm getting a towel to clean up the mess. And we're going to have a bit of a delay here as they have to clean it up. At least it's not our table following this time here, Tim.
Exactly.
That's the curse of Limon right there is what that is.
No question about it.
42-42 with 1:16 here remaining in the third. Give a shout out to our friends at the Red Zone. Spirit Sales will raise big money for your organizations. You can score big at the Red Zone. And shout out to Joe Wright and Works in Progress. They're ready for your next painting project. Give them a call at 724-714-4294. We have to come up with an MVP, insurance MVP of the game, and a Mailey Chiropractic play of the game at the end of this one. And a big third quarter for Pine-Richland, tying it up.
Walker has the ball in the forecourt. Gives it over to Cox. We're down to 70 seconds here to play in the quarter.
We may not have found our play of the game here yet at this point.
Cox drives down the right lane. It's blocked there by Stober. Give it back out to Cox. Drive inside is Harrison. Throw back out. Walker for 3. Good. Jermaine Walker now with 7. And a 3-point Canes lead. Less than 45 seconds here to play in the quarter. Becker with the ball. Becker on the right wing, guarded there by Walker. Becker drives down the lane, stops, pops at the line, shot off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound there by Lemon, out to Cox. Cox pass to Walker. Walker off the glass and good for 2.
Who? Jermaine Walker, the last 5 points. Actually 7 in the last 9 points now. Lead back up to 5 out of nowhere.
16 seconds remaining. Spatchapoli with the ball. 12 seconds remaining. Spatchapoli dribbling with the left hand. Spatchapoli bounce pass inside to Stober. Back out. Kastner for 3. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound there by the Canes. Cox comes down with it and the clock expires. But the Canes with a late run in the third quarter to take a 5-point lead. 47-42. You're listening to high school basketball on the LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP. GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
Nick's Auto Body, trust your body in our hands. From a scratch to a dent to a major repair, Nick's your man. Making your car look as good as new. Nobody does it better than Nick's Auto Body. Trust your body in our hands. Nick's Auto Body, trust your body in our hands.
I don't think you talked about impact players, Tim. Didn't think Jermaine Walker was going to be one, but 7 of his 9 points coming in that third quarter.
An impressive quarter there for Jermaine Walker coming off the bench. He has 9. His career high is 11, so we'll have to keep an eye on that as we have 8 minutes left in regulation in this ball game, and the Canes with a 5-point lead.
Well, I mean, that's huge, though. Again, it's finding your secondary, your tertiary scorers, and that's just another option off the bench. He averages 6 a game, a quiet 6. Nothing quiet about that little flurry that he was able to put up for this Canes team. He's out there to start the fourth as well, with Canes leading by 5.
The Rams with the ball, and they give it to Aiello. Over to Castor. Castor with the ball, guarded there by Walker. Top of the key, now switches off, and it's Harrison on the defense. Give it over to Spacciapoli. Spacciapoli with the ball, dribbling with the right hand, goes down to the deck, picks it up as they keep the possession alive.
Spacciapoli's hurt. He slipped down and he is hurting.
Ball is loose and going to stay with the Rams with 7:27 remaining.
Well, cleanup duty, Mr. Curasone. Again, Nick Curasone, Joe Janik, and Robbie Lombardo, your 3 officials here tonight.
The Rams will throw it in. They'll get it into Catalano as he brings the ball up. Guarded there tightly by Graham as they throw down into the corner. Splitting the defense and losing control is the Rams, and Walker picks it up, gets it out. A two-hand slam by Damon Harrison. Now with 12.
Put that one on a poster, ladies and gentlemen. With Strader following him, two-handed slam jam. You thought it was loud before, folks? Oh my goodness! Timeout, Pine-Richland.
Nikai High doing its job here at the Fieldhouse, coming alive with 6:53 remaining and a 7-point lead here for the Canes, 49-42. And that huge two-hand slam by Damian Harrison, bringing this crowd to its feet as the Canes trying to extend their lead here in the fourth quarter. An impressive run here. And the Canes were tied at 42 at one point in this game. And at that time, it was a big run there by Pine-Richland to really get back in this ballgame and actually had the lead at one point.
It was 39-36. So right now, Newcastle is on a 13-2 run going into this timeout. And I want to go back because I would personally like to see the instant replay, because that's going to be talked about in class tomorrow, is on that dunk, because he did hang on to the rim. First, there's a player beneath him, but he didn't pull up. He swung, made sure there was nobody beneath him. I think that was a good no call on a potential tech for hanging on the rim, because
bring that one up.
Yeah,
that's a great point there, James. That is Spacciapoli going to try a three, back of the rim, no good. Rebound there by Stober. He's going to fight for it, lose control, and goes out of bounds. Last touch there by Graham going out of bounds. He'll stay with Pine-Richland with 6:36 remaining.
Coach McNeese actually had to tell his dad, be quiet. A little too much chatter from the assistant coaches, and the refs are saying, hey, you got to be careful there.
They work it outside, and it's Aiello for three. Good. He now has 5, and it is a 49-45 game.
Another line drive shot. You see that from a lot of these Rams players, but they make it work. They're draining them.
Graham with the ball over to Lemon. Gives it back out to Walker as they work behind the arc. Over to Cox. Cox drives right side. Cox with triple team. Takes the shot. No good. Rebound there by Pine-Richland. Ball's loose and it's going to be a tie-up. Yes. And it will stay. It'll go over to the Canes.
So it goes down as a turnover as well. Pressure in the backcourt has been very successful. The latter minutes of the third quarter and here to the early points of the fourth quarter. The Nika High defense. No, it's not it's not from the Hooker days for sure in terms of how suffocating it is, but this is probably the best defense we've seen from Newcastle in probably the last 4 or 5 years.
Canes with the ball. Cox brings it inside. Gives it out to Walker for an open three. Rolls the rim. No good. Rebound there by Stober. Stober stops his dribble and gives it back over to Catalano as he brings the ball up. Catalano gives it over to Kastner. Kastner back out to Iowa. Spacciapoli drives down into the lane. Spins. Works underneath. He's going to travel with the ball. He went one way and then tried to come back and lost his pivot going the other way.
Yeah, that's all it was. The pivot foot dragged just that little bit. But earlier in the possession, the reason why that even happened, Tim, is because Newcastle did what they didn't do in the first half. They switched down low. They got the mismatch that Pine-Richland wanted of Walker having to guard against Stober, but they switched and got Harrison over there in time.
Levin from the corner for three. Rolls the rim, no good. The rebound there by Walker. And a timeout taken here by the Canes. Let's take a timeout. You're listening to LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
5 minutes, 7 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Canes by 4, 49-45. On the court for the Canes is Walker, Lemon, Graham, Harrison, and Cox. For the Rams is Spacciapoli, Kastner, Iola, Stober, and Catalona. As they get the ball into Cox, or excuse me, that is Graham. Cox now with the ball. Cox drives down the left side, spins into the lane. Triple team now going out. That's Harrison for three. Misses it. Ball bounces around, and it's going to be on the ground. And it's going to be another tie-up. This should go Rams' way.
Did they get the timeout in time? That's going to be the question. And here, you can hear Coach McNeese all the way over here. Way to go, Spack. Way to go, Spack, because you got players all over the court going for every loose ball. It's not surprising. You expect it from a Coach Blundo team. You expect it from a Coach McNeese team. We've seen it with 300-plus wins in 25 years for Bill McNeese. Steve McNeese, not just, this is his first year as a head coach in college, but he was a college assistant.
His entire life. Yeah.
Oh, right. Literally since he was basically in diapers as a ball boy at like 2 and 3 years old, honestly, for his father, Coach McNeese, Coach Bill McNeese, that is. And now I love it. Father, kind of like you see Bonjavengo on the Newcastle football field with his dad as a former head coach, now as an assistant. That's just experience beyond belief that you have as your top assistant in Bill McNeese.
As they go right side, they work it down inside to Stober. Stober going to clear his way and put it up and good. Hitting the deck was Davis with no call.
Yeah, I think a good no call. I think it's in between. Fans don't like it, and a lot of fans understandably don't like it. You see contact, you see a body fall down, you think there's got to be a foul one way or the other. No, there doesn't have to be.
No. As the Canes pull it out with 4:15 here to play. They give it over to Cox, back to Graham. They work it over to Harrison. Harrison gives it back to Cox. Cox inside the arc, takes the jumper, rolls the rim in and out. Ball's loose, and another jump ball call. This will stay with the Canes with 4:02 remaining here in the quarter.
Yeah, Harrison and Stober both flying up to snag that rebound. Pretty quick jump ball, but I think a good one.
Canes with the ball. With it is
No idea how Cox's shot did not go in. That went around the toilet bowl a couple of times.
Yeah. With the ball is Graham. Graham dribbling with the left hand, goes down the left lane, pulls it back out, gives it over to Harrison. In the middle of the lane, takes the jump, rolls up and good. Damian Harrison now with 14 here tonight.
Nice soft touch on the back iron there, Tim. Bounced high off the back iron, but with the control comes right down through and in.
Spatchapoli gives it over to Stober to work it back up. Give it over to Aiello. Aiello drives inside, give it back out. That's Stober for a deep three from the corner, no good. Rebound there, picked up by the Canes. On the move, give it to Lemon for Cox, good.
Great find, Cox to Lemon. And because of the Stober three in the corner, he can't hustle back, and that left an open lane for the little man. Playing big, 7 points in the second half now for Chase Lemon.
Stober with the ball, gives it back out to Kastner. They work it around at his Spatchapoli for three, good. Spatchapoli now with 16 here tonight. 2:51 here to play. It's a 3-point Canes lead. And a timeout on the court. It is a 30-second timeout taken by Pine-Richland.
And this is a Pontius Insurance timeout. Make sure you take the timeout. I think it should be, yeah, they are out of 30 seconds. So we'll take a full Pontius Insurance timeout here as well on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve.
Tonight, someone is cold, hungry, and forgotten. At City Rescue Mission, we're more than a shelter. We're a bright beacon of light in our community, serving those in need to make our community stronger and healthier. We offer real help and real hope, and that hope is Jesus. We serve him by serving others in love, grace, mercy, and compassion. But we can't do it without you. Be the reason someone's story is rewritten in Christ. Give today at cityrescuemission.org.
2:51 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 3-point Canes lead.
Spatchapoli is third three of the second half. He's got 16 to lead all scorers, 14 for Doolin Stober. For Newcastle, Harrison with 14, Kai Cox with 10, Walker with 9 off the bench. A big bright spot of this second half, especially for the Canes.
Canes will bring it up with little opposition as Graham crosses the timeline. As he gives it over to Harrison. Harrison stops his dribble over to Cox. Cox on the right wing, drives inside, and they're going to get a reach-in foul. Yes, and they'll get that on Catalano.
And I was just about to say it, but Mr. Catalano is going to make it easier for me. That's the first foul against either team here in this fourth quarter.
They get it into Graham, or excuse me, got Cox. Cox off the glass and gets it to fall, and will head to the line for a 3-point play.
Quick first step to go back to the baseline. Aiello's going to pick up the foul. But that is partially able to work because Doolin Stober is nowhere to be found. They use a decoy basically on that inbound. He goes the other way. He's not able to protect the rim, Tim. That leaves the wide open lane for that and one.
And Cox shot bounces off the rim, no good. Rebound there by the Canes. Harrison with the big bound, gives it back out to Cox. Cox gonna drive down the right lane. Cox underneath, shot taken, no good. Rebound there by Stober as they get the ball up with Kastner. Kastner top of the key. Down to 2 minutes, 5 seconds here to play. Working down to Stober. Back out Kastner for three. Rolls the rim, no good. Stober with the offensive board. From the left side, off the glass, good.
Well, they haven't had many offensive boards tonight, but that's the biggest one for sure off of the Kastner miss. Stober puts it up and in. It's only the 5th offensive rebound. Newcastle's got over 20, but they got the 3-point lead with 100 seconds to go.
With the ball is Graham. Gives it over to Lemon. Lemon loses control as he trips. Gets it ball back up, and we have whistles.
Yeah,
timeout taken here by Coach Blundo. As he's seen his player falling down, once he grabbed the ball back, immediately signaled for a timeout.
Yeah, and Coach McNeese saying you owe me one on that because he thought that it was a travel. I think, again, a good no call because he's lost the ball. He doesn't have possession of it. He's not running with the ball because the ball is bouncing around. I understand the frustration for sure. He thought the ball was pinned against the leg, and that's what leads to a travel violation. But I think, again, a good no call there. It's a full timeout, so there should be 2 timeouts left for each team. Again, coming up after the game, Tim, as the Newcastle Pep Band serenades us, we'll have our MVP Insurance MVP of the game, where they coach clients to better prices, better coverage. Get in the game at MVP Insurance. Call MVP for the win.
We will be back here tomorrow afternoon.
That's right,
for Unify Bocce. So we're looking forward to that.
Pep Band will be here for that for sure as well. It's a great atmosphere. We've been doing bocce for the last 4 years, Tim. We've yet to do a game here at the Fieldhouse. We're excited about that. Tim and Lee will be on the call for that one. Real quick, we didn't get a LGKG home team advantage keys to the game. 1:37 remaining. Let's talk keys right now, Tim. For Newcastle, it's finding the perimeter shooters for Pine-Richland. They can't leave. They cannot leave anybody open on the perimeter. For Pine-Richland, you got to get a defensive stop here. You don't need to go for a 3. Work it inside, I think, first on the offensive end, but they got to get a stop defensively first as Newcastle inbounds underneath their offensive basket.
Cox will throw it in, and as he get it into Graham, Graham brings it back out behind the arc. 1:33 here to play. Graham down the right side. He's going to be fouled. That will go against Kastner. That'll be his 4th.
Then that was going to be my next question is, how long do you wait before you foul? And if you're Newcastle, do you go into the stall game? I think it's too much time to do that. 1:29 now left. Too much time before you go into the stall, but I do like here that they're going to get an extra ball handler out on the court. So the smallest lineup you'll see for the Canes all night, but they're going to have probably a four-corner situation here as Catalano will pick up his 4th.
Yes, there's a reach in there on Catalano. So we got foul troubles here for the Rams with 1:25 remaining.
I checked that. That's his 5th. I had him at 4, Tim. So apologies. He fouls out with 1:25 remaining. So that's why I wasn't entirely sure. I mean, you don't want to be doing your intentional fouls yet.
Well, Becker will check in.
Especially if you had somebody out there with 4 fouls and you were saying, let's get it up to four personals to get it so that you can get into the bonus. But, yeah, interesting.
They'll throw it into Walker in the backcourt. Walker gives it right back to Graham. 1:20 here to play in the game. Graham with the ball. Drive it down, gives it over to Walker. They'll work it around the arc to Harrison. Harrison double team as they work it down in the corner. From the corner is Lemon shot, no good. Rebound there by Graham for the Canes as they work it back up. Cox drives the right side, off the glass, good for 2.
First rebound of the game from Marino. Graham comes at a huge time, and then Cox saying, I got this, goes right to the rack, makes it a 2-possession lead.
Cox with 14. 3 from the wing, up and good by Aiello. He now has 8 in the game and a timeout with 47 seconds. This is a full timeout. We're going to take this timeout. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
47 seconds remaining here in regulations. The Canes with a 2-point lead, 57-54.
From a scratch to a dent to a major repair, Nick Sherman, located on South Mill Street in Newcastle, with 47 seconds left and a 2-point lead. Tim, the question is, again, how long do you play the tight defense game if you're Pine-Richland versus how long before you commit the intentional foul to try to put Newcastle to the line?
So it's Stober, Kastner, Becker, Iola, and Spatchapoli on the court here for the Rams. For the Canes, it is Cox, Graham, Walker, Harrison, and Lemon. Canes will throw it in, and pressure here shown by Pine-Richland as they get it into Cox from Graham. Cox brings the ball up. We're down to 35 seconds. Cox with the ball. Cox loses control, gets the ball back as they work it around. Again, down to 28 seconds. Now with the ball is Graham. Double team and gives it over to Cox. Back to Graham as they work the clock. Lemon with the ball, down to 18 seconds. And there's the foul. And the foul will be on Nico Iola.
So they go into the bonus on the 15th foul. And a trip to the Parado Jones-McCree free throw line. Graham was 3 for 5 from the line in the first quarter. Has not been there since. 64% on the year for the freshman.
Looks and shoots and puts it in with a switch. Now has 10 in the game.
And still with a timeout left. Pine-Richland does not need to settle for a 3, even if this goes in and becomes a 2-possession game. Still have time to go for a quick 2 with a timeout remaining to stop the clock.
Second shot falls is good. Now with 11 here is Graham and a timeout taken. With 17.6 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. The Canes leading by 4, 59-55. As James mentioned, Pine-Richland with 5 fouls, so the Canes are in the bonus. The Canes have not had a foul here in the quarter. So
neither team had a foul until about, about the 3-minute mark coming out of one of the timeouts, Tim, was when the first foul was called against either team. And that's how great these two teams have played defensively. Pine-Richland, I think a couple of the fouls were taken not intentionally, but like aggressively intentionally. Hey, if we get the foul count up, because we know we're probably going to have to commit and put Newcastle on the line. You know, the big thing that any coach is going to say is like, hey, you owe me. Look at this. So it's 5 fouls versus no fouls. You know, you got to even it up. That's not how it works. And any official and any coach will tell you no, it's not. But they're going to try to make it happen anyway. So Newcastle will bring defensively with Harrison, Lemon, Walker, Cox, and Graham. And again, with 18 seconds left, Pine-Richland has to go to length of the floor, but they still have a timeout left. They do not need to go for an immediate 3, though they've been shooting it lights out here in the second half.
Pine-Richland inbounds the ball. Spatchapoli with it.
But they got to go quickly.
And he is fouled in the backcourt by Walker.
And that's where you have those fouls to give. You saw Walker. They told him what to do. We're going to go. We're going to slow him down. As soon as we can get to it, we're going to go and commit that personal.
And this is where that personal foul situation where you got 4 to give, really, with 13 seconds to play, can really take the offense out of a team. And again, Walker makes the foul again on Spatchapoli.
And you saw Spatchapoli trying to chuck one up a la the Michigan-Notre Dame game from a few nights ago.
And that will be the second on the Canes. It's down to 10.5 seconds on the regulation clock. And a 4-point Canes lead. Becker to throw it in here for Pine-Richland.
Yeah, so you got to be careful when you know that you're going to be committing the foul.
And again, there's a third foul by Walker. Again on Spatchapoli with 7.6 seconds. Now they'll probably play defense here as the clock's under 8 seconds here to play. 3 fouls take off about 5 seconds off the clock here. They get it in and blocked away here by Harrison. And picked up there by Walker. Give it over to Cox, and Cox will dribble out the clock. And the Canes defense comes up with a big play with the last 8 seconds of the ball game to come away with a 59-55 victory here to improve to 10-0 on the season as the Canes continue to hang on to that 0.
They hang on to that 0, making it 10-0, but it was not easy. Again, with the long layoff, only one game in the last 16 days, you knew it was going to be tough sledding. You knew Pine-Richland was eventually going to start hitting them from downtown, and they did in a big way. A huge comeback, for the Rams, but in the end, Newcastle able to prevail. The number 1 ranked team in Class 6A, staying undefeated here at the Fieldhouse.
All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll start our Tri-County Principal post-game show here from the Nikai High Fieldhouse. You're listening to LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
At Medore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
Are you looking for the best in high school sports coverage? Look no further than Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Trib Live High School Sports Network has all the excitement of high school sports with game stories, player features, photos, scores, stats, and so much more.
Including live game broadcasts and studio shows featuring local broadcasters who bring you great analysis.
And the best part? It's all free.
Trib Live High School Sports Network. No signups, no fees, just sports. Find them online at tribhssn.triblive.com.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Congratulations to our LCAP Team of the Month. Lawrence County SportsNet proud to honor Wilmington Hockey as the December LCAP Team of the Month. 3 consecutive wins, including the first win over Neshannock in their last 12 attempts. Congratulations, best of luck to Wilmington Hockey for being named the LCAP Team of the Month. And congratulations to your December Red Zone Athletes of the Month. Lawrence County SportsNet proud to honor Neshannock's Peyton Newman, scoring a 1,000th career point. She is the female Red Zone Athlete of the Month for December. And your Red Zone Male Athlete of the Month for the month of December is Neshannock Hockey's Grant Hennon with 10 goals in the 3 games in December. Congratulations, best of luck to Neshannock's Peyton Newman and Grant Hennon, your Red Zone Athletes of the Month.
Well, we came in here expecting a tight ball game, even though statistically coming in, people may have disagreed with us. But we came away with exactly what we thought. And the Canes come away with a 4-point win over Pine-Richland, 59-55. And the Canes getting really some nice symmetry on the scoring table as you look at it as Graham, Harrison, Lemon, Cox, Davis, and Walker all got into the scoring column here tonight for the Canes.
Yeah, and it starts, your top 2 scorers as we get into our recap of this gem of a game with our gem Master Builders and Craftsmen scoring recap. Harrison and Kai Cox each with 14 points in the game. And what I'm most impressed with, too, is that, they spread it out pretty evenly over the course of the game. No, huge runs in one quarter and then disappearing. I think that was really key for them overall. Marino Graham, 7 in the first quarter and then spreads his out the rest of the way. He finishes with 11. Jermaine Walker, 7 of his 9 points coming in the third quarter. Great bench points there for him. 7 points for Chase Lemon and 4 points off the bench for Quaylen Davis. Jaden Schaefer played but did not score for Newcastle. On the other side for Pine-Richland, Doolin Stuber, 16 points and 7 blocks to go along with 7 rebounds as well. Great performance for the future Buckeye volleyball player especially again in those middle quarters, really controlling things on defense. Grant Spatropoli came on strong in the second half. He finishes with 16 as well, including 3 of 6 from beyond the line. Nico Aiello with 8 points all in the second half. Alex Tasker, 2 of 5 from downtown. He had 19 against North Allegheny. Him only being held to 2 3-pointers was huge for Newcastle tonight for sure. Eli Catalano with 5, Brooklyn Becker and Ryan Craven each with 2 off of the bench. And I believe, if I have it correctly, yes, all 7 who played for Pine-Richland scored tonight for the Rams, who are now 1-4 in the section, 4-7 overall. Newcastle 5-0, still atop the section, and a 10-0 overall record here as we approach the midway point here of the section season. There's your GEM Master Builders and Craftsmen scoring recap. Family owned and operated general contractors for 4 generations. Visit gembuilders.com. GEM, building our community for 70 years.
Well, James, we got a couple awards to give out here tonight. Our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award and our MVP Insurance MVP of the Game. And we had a little discussion going on because there were a few different plays and people we could choose. But I think we got it right.
I mean, it's tough to go wrong when you're talking about a two-handed slam over a 6'7" defender that literally brought the house down. Huge slam, to say the least, for Damian Harrison. I mean, we've come accustomed to it. You don't want to just say, it's a dunk, we're going to give it to the dunk, because, we try to give it to what matters in the grand scheme. It might not be one play, it might be a huge thing, but you're right. The momentum that you got from that play led immediately to a timeout because you couldn't hear anything in here after that Damian Harrison dunk.
So Damian Harrison picks up our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award. Maley Chiropractic is proud to present the Play of the Game Award to Damian Harrison of Newcastle. Maley Chiropractic and the Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Damian tonight with tonight's Play of the Game, and he'll receive a customized t-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's Play of the Game. To view a list of the Maley Chiropractic's Play of the Games, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Play of the Game. Congratulations again to Damian Harrison of Newcastle. Tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
We thought we had the play of the game at the end of the first quarter when Jermaine Walker hit a put-back jumper that basically he grabbed it and threw it in one motion and put it in. But then he exploded in the third. At one point, he scored 7 of the 9 points for Newcastle as part of a 13-2 run, and that really was the game-defining run that Newcastle wouldn't trail the rest of the way. Jermaine Walker, 9 points off the bench tonight, 5 offensive rebounds as well. He is your MVP Insurance MVP of the game. Congratulations, Jermaine Walker. LC Sportsnet and MVP Insurance proud to honor him as today's MVP of the game. He will also get a customized t-shirt from the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's MVP of the game. And again, the full list of game MVPs at lcsportsnet.com. Click on awards. Congratulations, Jermaine Walker, your MVP Insurance MVP of the game. Call MVP for the win.
Well, again, the Canes continue their march as they continue to put up numbers in the win column. Their 10th win of the season as they now improve to 10-0 on the season, 5-0 in section play in 6A, Section 1, as the Canes continue their march as they are the number 1 rated team in 6A this year so far, and we'll see what transpires the rest of the way.
Well, next is a trip to the Fox's Den, Fox Chapel. A great place to play, but a tough place to play. That place will be rocking on Friday night for that one. On the other side, Pine-Richland, a couple of home games coming up against Shaler on Wednesday and then Butler on Friday. So 2 more section games this week for Coach McNeese. And you can tell this team is, again, a lot better than what that record shows, Tim. They played hard tonight, to say the very least. They're a team that's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And, again, it would not surprise me if they're a team that is knocking on the doorstep of being one of the top 4 and being a playoff team, even though they're currently at the bottom of the rankings. They're going to be right there down the stretch for the very least.
I think the second half is going to be very productive.
Yes, absolutely.
There's no question about it. You just see so much talent on this court and such fluidity in their way they play. And they have playmakers.
Yes.
And I think in the end, when you look at that, they're going to have that opportunity.
They had a cold shooting first half, Tim. Yeah. I mean, that really hurt them. A cold shooting first half for both teams, but especially for a team that shoots as well from beyond the arc as they do. They needed to make that happen, and they certainly did in the second half.
All right, just a reminder, we have Unified Bocce tomorrow here from Newcastle, and we have a few other events going on.
That's right.
Throughout the week.
Girls hoops on Thursday, Shenango at Laurel, and then a doubleheader Friday. Mohawk hosting Aliquippa, big one there for the boys, and then a great county matchup though too, as you have Neshannock hosting Laurel in a battle for first place there in Class 2A, Section 4.
All right. For James Dotson, I'm Tim Continenza, wishing you a wonderful good evening. It was another good one here for the Red Hurricanes as they come away with a 59-55 victory over Pine-Richland Rams. For James, I'm Tim. Have a great night, everybody.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.